What's going on, guys? About to get started soon. Just got back from the parade. Got this signed ball. I can't even read who the signature is from. Atlanta United just won the MLS Cup. They had a parade, so we're gonna get started soon. So just to show you guys could always go on this site. Yeah, this one right here. Live stream, so that you guys can, keep up to date with the latest information. This is always going to be updated. Alright, so I'm going to get started. We're going to be talking about continuing on the last series where we talked about how to do SEO based on six-pack abs. We're going to be talking about here. We're gonna be talking about how you guys can get SEO ranking, get top ranking, and one of the biggest things I think that could help your business is setting up the system to get top ranking. So we're actually looking right now at SERPstat. I went over this on the Friday training. Let me see if I could add some, make this smaller. If you guys want #live so that I know you guys are here, I'm going to be saving questions at the end. And then also remember, we have the blendlogic.com/livestream. So let me do that. Oops. Need to make this white. blendlogic.com/livestream. That's the link. You guys could go to that so that you can stay up to date and see what I'm going over. And if you have any questions, feel free to write on the live stream. I have that up as well. So let's just get started. So back on Friday, I did a SEO breakdown on six-pack abs, funnel hack. And so now we're just going to get into how you could build that up yourself, how you can start implementing the same strategies that they're doing. And then you also have to take at this from like a second perspective that I'm actually building out content writers for my own business. So if it is not written by me, you'll see that that content is written by someone else. So something I just asked my brothers if he wanted to do some of this stuff. So you can see here, so what are they doing? They're adding these links here, and then it leads to an SEO type content, and then it's just nothing but the article. So if we take a look at SERPstat, so green detox is the #1 search for them. So let's see what that is. All right, so green detox is getting 5,700 searches per month. They have YouTube articles on it. They have people doing reviews. They're probably affiliate sales. So all these people are making links on it. Green detox is here. Their shop page is the second article. So you can see here his abs. He puts a VSL on his page. Let me see if I could get you guys the audio from my computer. 1 second. I think it's coming from this one. So it should be here. Let's take a look.
This is what a healthy colon looks like. And here is what a colon looks like inside someone who is 10 pounds over their ideal body weight, who's probably never detoxed their body before.
Okay, so it must be some kind of detox system. So then you can see here how he builds the VSL on his exact page that people buy from. So if I wanted to, you could buy 1 pack, 3-pack, 1 free. And then so he also put it on Amazon. So you can see here he has his top 2 links are his product for green detox, which is getting 5,700 search results. So again, I mentioned that he's always doing these type of things where it's not like there's a reason why he named his product green detox, right? There's probably people searching on the internet like, hey, how can I do some kind of like green organic detox? And you could verify this by using Google Trends, but you can see here, even with this amount, he's crushing this search term. And then you see here people have green detox smoothie, so this isn't related to him, probably the green detox program. So think about that from a business perspective, that someone came in and was able to crush these health related search terms and just completely dominate the market and get people funneling back up to his Facebook page, back to his YouTube page. So, you know, this Green Talks, see, so even this person who, even though she's not selling something, damndelicious.net was able to break into that market, get page 1 ranking, right? And wherever this goes, right, she has people leaving comments. So I'm not sure if this is a one-person business or not. I don't know who this person is. I believe it is. It looks like it is. Let's take a look at her profile. Right, so you can see here that it's a continually upward cycle of just make content, make it go after content that is SEO search terms, and then build the content on top, and then do the next thing and the next thing and the next thing, and just build from there, right? So this person, Damn Delicious, I believe her name was, it was on the thing. But so she's doing the same strategy. Now, she doesn't have 4 million subscribers like Six Pack Shortcuts does, but it's still, there's people are still ranking on that. So what I wanted to do was to show you guys how to actually do that, because I've shown you guys the theory and I've shown you guys that other people are doing it. I've shown you guys SERPstat. I thought I had my business page up, but I guess I don't. So I'm going to go to blendlodge.com/WPadmin, and we're going to be talking about what the cover was, which was this. If you guys are joining live, it is Back to Business Mondays, episode 4, how to rank #1 in Google. If you guys are joining live, comment live below. If you watch this on replay, check it out on #replay. And even if you guys, part of my Trello is to make content on 2 folds. So you have to understand, if I'm going to do my whiteboard, I'm just going to kind of show you guys how I'm scaling my time and how you guys want to be doing it as well. So my team, they need training on how to write articles. And on top of them needing training on how to write articles, I'm going to hide my screen for a bit. Black Magic device, this one. Yep. I could also take the same training that I have to make for my team and repurpose this hour-long video or this hour-long live stream as SEO itself and get outreach and teach people how to do it as well. Okay, so you could see how I've monetized my time, that if I take this 1 hour to make an SEO article, to make a live stream on it, and then not only am I teaching my team, which is on the internal Trello right here, right? They were asking for, hey, I asked my brother, do you want to be a content writer, right? I also do this for my clients, and I've sold to them trainings before, and I do it as a done for you model, where you say, hey, if you don't want to write articles, we have plenty of copywriters who would be willing to write out your articles. So now you can start seeing, like, I want you guys seeing the mindset of what I'm executing on. It's not just I'm doing these live streams so that you guys like could learn it, right? Because there's gonna be people who already understand some of these concepts and they're just looking for someone to help them along. All right, so whatever you guys are trying to do with your business, whether you run an agency or whether you guys are I guess basketball trainers looking to get into this space, you know that I got some targeting basketball trainers for my Digital Marketing Ballers group. This is all something that you guys will need to leverage and start taking advantage of. I showed you guys that Coach Rocky's doing this, and so I'm going to get into the plugins that I use for my posts. So let's get into it right now. My brother is doing a draft on Mark My Roots, but you can see here, this last thing was the thing I did the article on Friday. So let's take a look at that, and then let's edit it. Okay, so right here it tells me my web text tool, that's 100%. And then I also use Yoast, and I look for if it's green or not. Okay, so this is a simple funnel that I use for my business to get people into, right now, what my 2 offerings are. It's the Digital Marketing Ballers group here on the right side and the Basketball Trainers group. So this was written by me December 5. So I wrote this on Wednesday. So I guess that's when I did the live stream. So you have to understand there's 2 ways you could get SEO. One way is through, I think it's easier actually for me to mirror my iPad. So that's what I'll do. Oh, shoot. So if I mirror my iPad, you guys can see exactly what I'm writing, and it will make more sense. So the 2 ways to rank for rank 1. If you guys don't know what I'm doing, you could share your iPad. If you guys have iPads or Surface Pros, you could share your thing on an app called Air Server. So I pay for that, so it goes to my my computer. So 1 is just SEO, which is just the articles, and then the second way that not that many people capitalize is YouTube SEO. And inside of SEO, there's always going to be things like backlinks, and then also like just your on-page optimization. So this is something that you can control when you're making your article, is the on-page optimization. The second thing that you can't really control is if people share your links. So there's a lot of, like, they call it black hat marketing, which is basically people who like try to use bots and all that stuff. I highly recommend you don't get into that stuff. If Google finds that you're doing that, they'll ban you. But basically, the way to control backlinks is you have to just make good content, right? And I've stressed about this before. You guys have seen me talk about David Goggins. Basically, you guys will have to, you will get better as you make content, but essentially the name of the game is just like, don't force people to share your links. If it's not good, they won't share it. Your measure of success should be, am I making content that people are sharing? Okay, so let's go into like this link, right? Because basically, why did I make a written article about something that I already explained in my business? So I did this actually last week, 2/3, and then I wrote it 2/5, 12/5. Right, so you can see that my backlog is, it takes me like a 2-day turnaround to go from stream to article. But if I get into it, sorry for yelling at the screen, you can see here that one of the first things I do is I look at what is SEO and how it works. Okay, so let's just take this search term. All right, so I do this every time, like now before I do all my streams. I'm telling you guys, like, I've already made articles that have ranked on SEO and they've got me traffic. So literally my mindset is, if I just continue on this execution, it's building on something that can, you know, build, like, I guess there's so much benefits and value to having this content. Shout out to Hayes for joining live on Twitch. Thanks, bro, for joining. So let's take a look at this here. So, right, what is SEO and how it works gets 4,000 searches a month. Okay, so basically, before I make a stream, I decide, hey, what's a search term that I can make content on? And then let me make the YouTube version first, and then let me write the article afterwards. So if I was to do, what's my Google Chrome thing say? Let me hide this. Best WordPress SEO plugin for Google search ranking. All right, so that's a hybrid actually. So best WordPress SEO plugin has 29,000 searches, low competition. I've explained this in the last video I made last week. And then for Google search ranking also has high search volume per month and low competition. So basically now the aims when I make my article is I'm going to be basically, I will make the keyword, the two things I showed you, Google ranking, Google search ranking, and best SEO article. And I'm going to explain it not just through the video, but also through written content. And then I'll add it as a synonym, right? So that's what I use is web text tool. So I didn't make the time to make an affiliate link, but if you guys understand what affiliate links are, basically if you were going to do this, I guess the right way as a digital marketer, you guys would want to refer people to this app and you could get commission per month if they sign up with your link. So that's basically a way you can make money online. I've done it before. I've told you guys how to make affiliate sales. So what is the pricing? I paid for this like a long time ago and I got like a hookup on it. So I do not pay per year, but it looks like it's 180 per year. So knowing that price now, yeah, I mean, I still think it's definitely worth it to always have reminders of what you should be making content on. So I'm just going to make a blank post right now and kind of show you how I would do this and finish this up. And again, remember, like, there's two things going on right now. What is the add-on that ads shows search info, number, and CPN? So that's Google keywords everywhere. Ben asks on the thing. keywords everywhere. This thing gets 22,000 searches, right? So technically someone can make an article on this, right? If I wrote an article on keywords everywhere and ranked for keywords everywhere, I could probably get like this person is getting ranked on it. Why you should be using, right? So I'm gonna add this to my content of like what I should be writing articles on, right? So SEO articles to write keywords everywhere. Right, so this is how I go through my day. It's honestly just I see what people are searching on, and then I look at this content, right? So if I'm gonna do a cold audit of this, it's just like, this is written in August 2018, so that was like 3 months ago. I don't know why I said 9. It's 9 2018. It's 12. So literally, like, this is not hard to make, right? Like, he's literally just taking screenshots, shows you what it is. I don't know who this person is. Abby Hadar. I mean, I don't know. It looks like she works for this company, I'd assume. Search analyst at yeah, okay, so she works for this company, right? So look, if you guys are trying to make your own brand or your own personal branding, this is a way to like get traffic. So this goes for Chrome, and essentially, so with what I wrote or what I said I was gonna do, it was where's my picture? Starting soon. Best WordPress SEO plugins for Google search ranking. What I usually do is I add like some kind of like clickbait thing, like get rank #1 in Google, and then I do that. So that's something that you could do to kind of get that clickbait, so to speak. And then what I would do is take this that I showed you guys, has good ranking. And then I would just write the article, right? So it tells you the page title, remove 20 characters in your page, use a max of 70. Okay, so get rank best. Maybe I'll just do this. Right, remove that. Okay, there. So now my page title, it tells me, is good. And then let's go to the next one, page description. So add 52 characters. So I typically write stuff like that is call to actions. So are you looking to get rank #1 in Google pay search and capitalize on website traffic? Here is our list of the best WordPress SEO plugins so you can make money today. Oh, see, now it's too long, so it went red, so boom, I'll stop there. All right, so now it tells me, okay, that's good. So now the rest of the articles would just be kind of, you could kind of see how I did it in my other articles, right? So my search term was what is SEO and how it works. So I kind of just like follow, like I just literally do what it tells me to do until I try to hit 100%. Sometimes I don't, depending on like if I'm busy or not. And then like me personally, I have this type of, I guess, like my personality is like I'm serious but humorous, so I add these like funny gifs, and basically I spend the time to write articles, make these pictures. I even have poor language skills here, so I use Grammarly. That's not necessary for you guys. Let me change this to digital marketing. Grammarly is another tool that I use to like double check my handwriting, and I guess I'll share with you guys like a key combination. So something, if you guys want to do this, they tell you right here on WordPress, it's Shift-Alt-1. So typically what I start with my article is the second headline, because right here I say process the page as headline 1. So I'll do typical sub-headlines such as, I guess for this article, get rank #1, just be like Google SEO is the #1 underrated strategy that businesses are sleeping on today. Something like that. And then I just write the article. So the second one I use is up here called Yoast SEO. So I'm going to have to move my restream. Let me move it over here so you guys could see Yoast. Boom. Okay, so Yoast is a thing that I'll show you guys how to do. First, I'll just show you guys how to add plugins. So the reason I like WordPress and I recommend it to all my clients and to everyone, trying to build a brand, is that when you go into the left side here, it says plugins. All you have to do to add or search for these plugins is hit add new. And then it gives you a list of like the top plugins that you would need. But for anything that I share with you guys, you literally just search for it. And so if I search Yoast plugin, it would say install now and then activate. And then even web text tool is in there. And it needs to get updated. So I'm not going to do that right now. I'll do that off the stream. But essentially, the Yoast, let me save my draft. So Yoast is another plugin that you could add on top, and it basically does the same thing. So if you guys have seen my content on like mindset or Six Sigma training, essentially it's like, look, why rely on one tool when you could double check that you're at least doing what people think Google's algorithm is? So ideally, like, you'd probably want to do 3, but I explained this before as like, dude, when an airplane takes off, they do not, like, if one system fails, they have another system to double check, right? So this is the only reason I use both Yoast and web text tool, is because you just have to, there's like a concept called Six Sigma training that you guys should be doing for your business or for your personal branding, where you just, like, you want to have systems in place so that just because one thing says it's good doesn't mean that it's actually good. You want to verify with another tool, and Yoast is like a big popular one that a lot of WordPress users use to make their articles. So essentially, right, I would then write this article, but I'm looking to actually also show people, and even my brother, we're testing this internally. Let me show you guys like how you could validate your mindsets, I suppose, on what you could do. So there's a guy I connected with on Instagram. I did an interview with him, the travel hacker, and he was explaining to me like the money he makes from like why he's able to travel the world now. You could check him out on my YouTube, but basically you could just search like SEO and see what people are charging on Fiverr, right? So I think a lot of people don't do things because they need like the money validation first. So if this is what floats your boat, I would just do research to see what kind of money you can make, right? So this guy says, I will boost SEO rank of your website. This person will write SEO optimize just Amazon listings, right? So there's like, you can see here, there's like, this person charges $600 to do it. And then if you know enough about it, so I'm actually a member. Cool. Right, then you could just, like, if you guys are building up your own agency or looking, like, you don't have to work with Blend Logic. I just want you guys to be aware of how people are making money online and how you could be doing the same, whether or not you're looking to hire someone to write SEO or you're looking to get it done for you. Okay, so let's see what this guy does. He does a manual audit, over 150 points. Okay, so like this manual audit, like, I don't know if it's really manual. There's a lot of tools out there that could analyze your pages for you. All you have to do is search Google SEO checker and you could probably find one. All right, so this guy, Neil Patel, is actually one of the only guys I know that's built a personal brand on just SEO. He's absolutely crushing it. So you could just put your website in here, and you can also see how this guy funnels it, right? So people are becoming more aware of SEO. They'll put their website in here. So I'll put mine, and then it's like a simple 2-step, I guess that you call it opt-in, right? So he sends you a report. Here's my SEO. Here's my page speed is low. I have no errors. He shows me my keywords, and then there's some way he gets my content. So I'm assuming what he does here, if I'm just going to do a quick funnel hack, I try to do funnel hacks on Fridays, but I just want to show you guys like how you could find people. There's a thing called Who Is, and you could look this up. I know I'm digressing far from SEO, but I just want to show you guys, right? Like you guys want to, I guess, I don't know, find people or contact business owners. You could typically find, like if you put in their domain, who is hosting or who's running it. So typically you do it in Who Is, and it would show like my name and stuff like that. Unless the only way you wouldn't find this is if people like privately registered their domain. So I was expecting to see myself here, but I guess I privately registered, or Jim could have. Okay, look, here's another company, right? SEO, $1,500 a month, right? They do setup, SEO audit, 100 SEO page optimizations and installations. All right, so what is SEO setup, right? So if you guys are a WordPress site, SEO setup is literally add new, install Yoast and install web text tool, or whatever the tool they install is. The money is in the 10 SEO page optimizations and installations. So they're just phrasing it in a way, like I want to break this down for you so that you guys don't think that it's like it is kind of technical, but it's not really technical. I kind of just showed you guys how to do it. Yeah, let's just like look what I say. 50 additional keywords, one call. I don't know what that means. One backlink, DA plus 40. So backlink was the thing I was talking about with, like something you can't really control. And essentially what this backlink is probably is that he has a network of, I guess, websites or content that have a domain authority that if they rank or if they link to your page, then Google searches that and says, okay, this page, because it's been linked by other people, probably has value. So let me show you, like the point of me sharing this content with you right now is that you guys shouldn't really worry about it just starting out, like how to do the backlink stuff. You should really just be focusing on what you can control, which is just getting 100% ranking here and getting a green checkbox here in Yoast, right? It tells you that it's readable and it tells you that your focus keyword has stuff. And then a cool thing it shows you is that when you use Yoast, so this was the article I wrote on the 5th, it says, hey, here's the title, your internal links don't appear. You got outbound links, you got a keyword phrase introduction, right? So this is all stuff that could help me rank as I make my business. And so I guess the one reason why I say that digital marketing or as a from a business standpoint, it can really help streamline your guys' business and time is that by making this stream, again, like I stated before, right now I'm seeing if my brother wants to help write content. And not only can it just be my brother, but like anyone who joins BlendLogic, right? I have my Trello boards. So they get added here. Oh crap, I wasn't doing my live stream. I'll just change it and live stream. Right, so every time someone gets brought on, they get brought onto a Trello board where it says like, hey, here's an automated like 5-step email of all the stuff that you need to know to do your role at BlendLogic. Technically, as a content writer, right, that's something you could do. So the aims of me sharing this with you is because I have 2 target audiences. One is people trying to like get serious about their digital marketing agency, and then the other one is for, I guess you could call it basketball trainers. I find that sometimes in the market for basketball trainers, some people don't set up systems for their business so that they could scale, or they kind of just rely on, I guess you could call it like wishful thinking that, I hope someone sees my content. I hope that it goes viral or stuff along those natures. And I think with everything in life, like once you start taking it seriously and analytically, you could be like, okay, like these people didn't just get viral because like by chance. They actually understand how Google reveals page searches, and they understand how to optimize their content or even their life strategy so that they could start doing this stuff. All right. So, and for me, optimizing my life strategy is to go back here to like this YouTube SEO and content SEO, right? Because in this content that I'm making right now, before I went live on the stream, I already verified that the title of the stream has, you know, high search volume and low competition. High search, low comp. All right, so I'm already good on YouTube SEO. And what I'll have to do is just write a little bit more articles or more paragraphs so that it could rank on YouTube SEO. And then now the second step is to just attach that YouTube video like I did here with my content. And so this is like executing on what Gary Vee talks about, where you do like the long form content and then you break it down from a business standpoint. Right, so everything I'm sharing with you guys is hopefully so that like kind of it's kind of weird in life how sometimes I think of something and I see a validation, but like I'm not saying I'm Elon Musk, but basically Elon Musk had this concept. He released it on Reddit, like I think it's on tesla.reddit.com. Let me see if I could show it to you guys. As you guys know, I'm like a big I guess you could call it electric vehicle fan. He made an article that said, look, if someone outcompetes us, then I've done my job. Where is it? I literally just read it this weekend. Tesla, Elon outcompete. All right, well, I can't find it. It's probably on that subreddit. But basically, it was along those lines of like, look, whatever the mission in life is, right? I always stress to you guys, like, it's not about being the top. It's about, for me at least, like, there's probably people who are better than piano at me, and there's probably people that are better at, like, smarter than me and smarter and technical than me. But they let themselves have this like fear and lack of confidence to go into what they want to go into. And so I literally have given myself permission to progress as I do, even as bad as I am, like, because it's all relative, right? Some of you watching this may think it's terrible. And some of you watching this who are like fear struck would be like, damn, like this guy's actually just making content. And so by doing it as I do, with like not being perfect and the way I do it, it's so that, you know, it could like have that infinite thinking where someone could watch this content and be like, okay, like there's no other way to make it, so to speak, unless I make some kind of scalable system. And one opportunity we have is digital marketing. And I'm going to get over my fear of video. I'm going to get over my fear that I don't know the technology. I'm going to get over my fear that, you know, like, dude, I've heard a lot of like people say like what works and what doesn't. Like stuff that still blows my mind is like people will say like, oh, I can't be the next Tony Robbins because I'm not a tall white dude with a nice chin line, I think is what they say. And I'm just like, okay, dude, like it's either going to be an excuse or not. And so by showing you guys how to make this like SEO stuff, right? I made on that video, which you guys can see on blendlodge.com. It's the last blog I post. Like one of my friends in Augusta is making more traffic than one of my clients who has an Instagram profile that's really high. So I actually I can't believe I went this in depth with it. But yeah, she gets like 25,000. Did I put the right here? It's like she gets 25.9 a month, and then Jordan gets 5.8. So that's all just based on organic traffic. And then she takes that traffic and makes her sales pages. I showed you guys on the last stream that, you know, I get emails as being part of a consultant. I see how much she is making her sales. So I want to do this. I want to do this for you guys because when you rewatch stuff or content in life and you have a different perspective, it's funny watching it now. And then like you had the perspective before. So this is someone who charges like $250 up to $1,000. Like, I mean, like, wouldn't this be a nice side job for you guys? Like, you guys wishing that you could work remotely or you wish you could get like an extra $1,000 a month, like you guys can you guys can write an article and definitely in 7 days or less, 100% SEO optimized Amazon content, title, 1 page, 15 keywords researched, right? So 15 keywords researched means I showed you guys how to do search stat. I showed you guys how to do Google keywords everywhere. Sure, let me just, whatever that auto populated. I must have searched for this before. Keywords Finder will tell you if it's hard or not, right? So again, I talked about my 3 systems, Google Keyword Tools, Google Keywords Everywhere, which is a plugin, and SERPstat, and I guess the 4th tool here is Keywords Finder. So you can just go down here and it will list like what I look for is like stuff that's below 40, right? So learn WordPress for free. I wouldn't want to do that because it only has 260. So I search based on, I organize it. It's like maybe here, how to create a website from scratch. I could make content on that. And because I'm technically started as a website agency and now I'm a digital marketing agency, I could do this, right? Let's see what comes up. So now I'm digressing far from like the actual plugins, but I just want to show you guys like how it's done. Hosting advice, right? So the aim of this right now is to show you guys how these guys make money, right? Because some of you guys are seeing this and say like, well, why do I want to write articles? Like, even if I don't sell people, like there's just a lot of like things that people come up to me and like to try to find a way out. So I will show you how this guy makes money. Okay, so he has links on Website Builder. So he's funneling to stuff that he could do. Right? And think about it, if you were a website agency and you were top rank for how to create a website from scratch, like I'm not going to say assume what's in the head of the client, but a lot of times people look for this stuff and then they realize that it's too much for them. And so they'd rather pay someone to do it. And if that's not the case here, right? So this is how the guy makes money. What you could do is when you tell people to use domain hosting, right? This link right here, websitesetup.com/go-bluehost. Okay, so go Bluehost. So he's explaining to you how to make the website. He said go to Bluehost so he's explaining it, right? So if you guys sign up for Bluehost, I think I have one on, well, that's one of my clients. Here, let's just look right here, affiliates, okay? So what's in it for you? Free to join, reliable tracking, dedicated team, how it works. Here you go. For every visitor who clicks on the links and signs up, you get $65. Okay, so let's look at this. This guy gets 1,600 searches per month. He built out, I don't know why I didn't make a YouTube version on it. He's the second link right here, which I've shown you guys through like the people I've researched how much Google traffic gets you to your site. And if people just follow along, and someone out there is probably going to want to build it themselves, right? You could get every angle. Hit the people who want to build it themselves and hit the people who are like, oh, this is too much, let me pay you, right? So it's literally just value add. Once you like get the high level overview, right? Like this is the stuff where I saw and I was like, it's literally that simple. I just have to execute on it. That I was willing to quit my job for, because I was like, I just don't want to work corporate. I'd rather do this stuff. And it's like the same kind. It's not any more difficult than what I was doing in corporate. I think it's actually kind of simpler. And so, yeah, you just like literally have stuff that you could constantly build, constantly check. And so what he did here was just, show pictures and anyone could like make screenshots and post this stuff. But it's decent enough for this guy to hit and convert on people and make $65 a month, right? And in terms of like make $65 a month, like think about what you did, right? Because he's not actually working on this anymore. Excuse me. He's literally done. Like this thing can make him like it doesn't matter if one person signs up or 10 people sign up or 100 people sign up. If 100 people signed up a month, he just made $6,000 a month. And this site he doesn't even do anything, right? Because here's the alternative, right? In any agency, this is, I think, why I'm not sure why most people don't realize this yet, is you have like a done for you model, and then you have a consulting model. In the done for you model, I would have to, like, my rates are $2,500 for a website. And the last one I just did, we did it in like 6 days. Right? With that, what that guy did with affiliate sales. Oops. Let me close this. Sorry. So I need to share my iPad with you guys. What that guy did, oh no, with the consulting model is he just relied on traffic, right? 19,000 per month. And he probably has other search terms, right? I'm not fully researching it. If he just gets 10%, right, then that's 190 per month. And if he gets 10% of that to pay for hosting, he has 19 people times 65. And I can't do math. I could round, I guess. Just do 20 and 70. So what is that? 20 times 70. Like 1,400. So this took 6 days to do, and it took a team to like build copy, to spend hours working. And this one, so however long it took him to write that article, I'm gonna assume it took him like 3 hours. Right? 3 hours for the rest of his life. And every month, if he gets these numbers, like I can't confirm because I don't have access to his analytics. But you could kind of do some research yourself with SERPstat to see what people are getting. Or you could, like, I mean, if you wanted to write your own thing, I showed you guys what Savannah was getting, and then I showed you what her SERPstat was. Let's see here, the PA platform. All right, so according to SERPstat, like she has 27. So I don't know why is this not showing? Does Keywords Finder have one? There was one tool I use that like shows you guys how to do it, or shows you what the expected search results are based on how they're currently ranking. Maybe it's this. Well, I'll have to get back to you on the next live stream. But again, guys, this has been covering, I kind of digressed there. So for those of you joining live, the new people at welcome, comment live if you guys want, like, let me answer you guys questions. But basically it is back to business time. We're talking about how to rank #1 in Google. Mondays are back to business. And I basically, if you guys are joining in, I showed you guys the 2 tools I use in WordPress. One of them being Web Text Tool, which is $200 a year. The second one is a free tool called Yoast SEO. Honestly, those are like the 2 things you need to get started. And then basically just understanding, like, if you can read and understand the text. So let's take a look at my keys to success, Simon Sinek. Okay, so keys to success. I decided to do that ranking. And you have to understand that just because you put the ranking of keys to success, that doesn't mean that's what Google's going to rank you on. What these people think it will rank you on is keys to success, but you actually get an added benefit that it will also rank you on other keywords, right? So it's in your best interest to just write as much as possible. All right, so Keys to Success gets 22,000 searches a month. Literally no one is writing about it. I guess this guy is. Explore all the keys to success has in store. I don't know what this is. It's Utah's #1 incentive program for high schoolers, guys. So I guess I'm going to compete with them. I guess they run an app. They're getting first page ranking. I mean, yeah, this is all stuff like how to be successful. This is stuff I'd like to get ranked on. Brian Tracy. And it just takes time for me to write stuff. 10 things that highly successful people share, their keys to success, right? Lifehack.org. All right, so you could kind of see that if someone found my search article on Keys to Success on like Simon Sinek, Steve Jobs, and I was running these promotions, right? So let me bring it up. Like right here, this is not technically optimized to sell, right? Like what am I gonna do with this information? Like I just have the information and that's it. What I purposely set up my site to be like is that, okay, they get to my site, they have a digital marketing ballers link here, they have a picture that could say, I guess I can make this better, I can split test this, but hey, basketball trainers accelerate your growth. Boom, you get in here, it's a group of people who I don't even know what it would be like. You just look at this and you see people talking. You could find out what it is by checking out the about page. So it's all optimized so that you guys know what I'm going to talk about. And then the second thing is, at least to what my current funnel is like, okay, there's some kind of training I did. I have these basketball trainers giving their testimonials to me. And then I have like this 5-part training series that I give away. There are articles, and I guess if they wanted to spend the time, right? So there's stuff that I could do to incentivize this, say like, hey, learn how to make millions of dollars online. I kind of try to stay away from that clickbait stuff. I would only say that stuff if I got an interview with Coach Rocky and he told me how much he makes. But Jordan technically told me that he makes like $500,000 and he's not even doing SEO yet. So if you guys are incentivized by Instagram and like you want to be an influencer and you want to get higher numbers, like technically you could leverage SEO to become part of your digital marketing strategy to start getting that influencer money, so to speak. All right, so I wrote this article November 30. This could get me traffic. I think something cool is like Dr. Robert Quinn. I think I'm ranking on this on one, maybe. Oh, maybe I was. I think I'm page 2 on this. What was it? Let me... I want to open up the floor now. While I do this stuff, I want to open up the floor for QA. So if you guys go to the BlendLogic thing, the blendlogic.com/livejam, let's make a place here. Let me make this QA questions here. Whoa. And or comment on the stream. Okay, so if you guys do that, you get here by links.blendlogic.com/livestream. I will answer your guys' questions. In the meantime, I'm going to be researching what I'm ranking on because I thought I was ranking on like this Robert Quinn article I made a while back, and I want to see if I'm still ranking or I should make another article on it. The thing with articles is like it comes and goes, right? Like you will be ranking one day and then other people will enter the market and start making content as well. So like right now I'm 8 for that. OBS settings for recording, I'm 9, right? So you can see here like I'm 13 on OBS screen recorder. Let me just go to this, right? How to record with OBS. You can see here that this one article has me ranking for a bunch of different stuff. And what I actually ranked or tried to rank for, right, is how to record with OBS and what was my web text tool one? How to record with OBS. So like the added benefits is that you get these other stuff, right? So this one was 2,900 and I am on the front page. Yeah. How to record with OBS is, so this is not page 1, number 1 ranking of like, in order to get number 1, I'd have to make more articles and link back to that, like a main article, but it's the concept, right? So I am like, I'm not just ranking for how to record with OBS. According to SERPstat, I'm ranking on these other search terms, right? So like that's one of the benefits of at least just getting into it or just seeing what happens, right? Because at the end of the day, like no one knows how Google works except for the people who code, who work at like whatever in San Fran and code, but they're probably under NDA to never disclose the code that they put in. Because like if people knew exactly what to do, then it would be abused. Kobe Bryant quotes. Like, look at these random stuff. I'm here. Dr. Quinn. I used to be ranked with this guy. I guess I'm 39 now. There was something else I remember. I was girl activation system. What? 53? What is this? Girl activation system. All right. So I guess it's going down from here. So let me do Quinn. Talks at Google. I think I just changed it, so I'm no longer ranking on what I was ranking on. So I guess that's a lesson for you guys, is like if you're trying to change your rankings, don't change the titles. Let me search here. Quinn. Dr. Robert Quinn. Find Dr. Well, that's cool. So yeah, I have a YouTube search for that, but it has 0. Oh, one thing you guys should watch out for is if you guys are going for an agency and they're trying to tell you, hey, we'll get you ranked #1. So I knew that I would get ranked #1 searching on this, and they'll be like, oh yeah, like look what we did before. Dr. Robert Quinn talks at Google. Right, this is literally 0 value add. I've seen other agencies do this, so I highly suggest you guys watch out for, like, if someone tries to sell you on this, like just don't do business with them. They'll do like a specific keyword search and be like, yeah, look, we got you page #1 ranking. Look, Blend Logic, page #1 ranking. Right, it's literally, you could easily get page #1 ranking on stuff that has 0 volume and 0 competition. Like I could make anything, right? Like how to I don't know, like I can't even think of stuff right now. I'd have to research, but like how to, like what people think has high search term, you'd be surprised doesn't have a high search term. Or like how to make $1 million in a day, like that probably has no search term. $1 million in a day, right? Yeah, 0 search term, and yet you see these people who make content on it, and it's like, what are these guys doing? Why are they writing how to make $1 million, like, you know? So like there's these agencies who will go out and be like, hey, we'll get you like some kind of search term, and they'll show people with these like highly targeted search terms that no one's searching for. Right, the aim that what I showed with you guys is hopefully you guys see that, like, look, you want to go for ones that have high volume and low competition, right? So like that, like zero search terms does nothing for you guys, or if you're a prospective buyer. So I talked about, for like a basketball trainer, you know, this is an underserved market, is like basketball drills, right? 0.17. That's like, I would go for that. If I was a basketball trainer, I would compete with this guy. I don't know who this guy is. I've done a bunch of drills on, or I've done a bunch of stuff. Right? You guys want to be the next like I Love Basketball TV or B-Ball Breakdown? You have, like, stop doing what they're doing if they're not doing it like the better people are. Like the better people than I Love Basketball TV and B-Ball Breakdown is Gary Vaynerchuk, and he's like my go-to example on like how to do digital marketing, because he's just executing so well, but he has such a big business.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Coach Rob.
But like, this is the guy that I did my funnel breakdown of. You can see here he has 1.5 million subscribers. He is not writing articles, right? So I guess my best advice for you guys, like trying to be basketball trainers or trying to, like, you know, catch up with Jordan or try to catch up with Coach Rocky, is like, I promise you guys, like, doing Google search along with YouTube will make you guys money, or will make it won't make you guys money. It will make you guys have traffic, and then you have to optimize your traffic to make money. But yeah, this guy has been crushing it in terms of like he understands at least YouTube SEO, but he's leaving something on the table, which is regular SEO, right? So this is what Coach Rocky does, and this is what, like, Coach Rocky and B-Ball Breakdown. But the other guys, they aren't doing the combo 1-2, right? Because I guess they just don't want to take the time to write an article, even though you'll get used to it or you can get better at it. And then this guy, Coach B-Ball Breakdown, he has 500,000 subscribers. And yeah, like, where is his website that has an article of it? So this guy, right? So this other guy who doesn't have a YouTube channel has just written articles, right? So maybe he's introverted. He's not like, you have to understand, like, there's a spot for you in every place. I highly recommend that you get over your introversion and learn to do videos. But you also have to understand there's people who make YouTube videos who like they don't even get in front of the camera. Well, let me show you this guy, and then let me try to find the guy that I was learning something from. This guy just writes articles, puts pictures, and explains the drill. He's got 41 shares, and so he's rank 1 on something that gets 14,800 searches. And so I can't say whether or not he's been able to monetize his traffic or not, but he does get traffic. I mean, he has to. There's just there's too many people in the world who would not click this link if by searching basketball drills on the internet. It's just to think that everyone would be like, I want to skip this. Let me go here and blah, blah, blah. It's like someone has clicked his link. Now it's up to him to optimize. But yeah, you guys can make this, and look at all these comments. Like 8 months ago, thanks for the coach, or thanks for the awesome drills. What would be a good drill for my 5th and 6th grader? And so people are leaving comments, right? And did these people buy, or did they get this? Here's his CTA. Here's the only CTA he has on his page. I mean, I can't tell you that. I don't work with this guy, so I don't know. Or I guess there's a CTA here, right? So this goes into email marketing. Let me show you the guy. Like, if you guys want to get over your fear of talking, I did a thing on, what was I searching for? It was like how to do audio Ableton Puppet. So, well, I didn't search for Puppet, but yeah, this guy, dude, this dude teaches people how to do audio leveling, and he
following tutorial
uses
is brought
a Puppet.
to you by WholeLoops.com.
Hands on my knees.
Like, look at this,
featuring
guys.
Osmo and Ultracat down into 4 mix.
Hands on my knees.
That's right, yo. That's right, yo. That's right, that's right, yo. Then I like to.
So the point of me showing you this is just to be like, dude, look, if you wanted to be like a teacher, like you wanted to be a basketball, like I'm not saying you have to do a puppet, but I'm just saying that there's other people out there who have learned to overcome their fear of whatever it is. Like, they don't want to get in front of the camera for some reason, and you can still add value, right? Like, maybe he does this from a marketing angle, but he has 123 subscribers. You're wasting my time, blah, blah, blah. I'm just gonna be like, yo, bro, just threw you in my live stream as an example of adding value despite being afraid. Adding value on video despite being afraid of, what was I saying? Despite being afraid of the camera. Inspiration to us all. And then the second thing is, like, I've explained this before of why you like do YouTube comments, is if you leave an insightful comment and like when they see it, but this will always be here. Like, this got 91,000 views, how to master a song, right? There's a chance that someone could see this and be like, what is this guy talking about? And then he'll click my YouTube link and he'll see the content that I'm making. And yeah, that's how it works, right? So that is technically, I don't know if Gary Vee founded this, but he calls it like the 2-cent marketing in Instagram, but I just apply it to like all other platforms. And I even did it for Blend Logic. So I posted something on my story today. If you guys don't follow me, it's Alan Nafa on Instagram or Blend Logic. I was checking out my notifications I got, and I made a video, or it's in inbox. No, see, there's one guy who commented on something. Like, here, you have to be able to understand the business of funneling people in. Right, so this guy left a comment 12 hours ago on a video I made in May 3, and this person that he tagged, which I have no idea who the person is, could possibly see this stuff and then now be funneled into my basketball digital marketing ballers group, right? Or this person who I made a video of. So you have to also realize I just updated these to be more like typical social media, but like this person said a week ago, so I'm bad at keeping up with my comments. Hey Nina, this is the motivational speaker I was talking about. You can follow her. Really listen to the message here, right? And so I made this video in the beginning of the year, and I had someone like organically share. I don't know these people, right? I don't know who Nina is. She might have watched my video. I don't know who Donna is, but that's the whole point. It's like you do stuff that's front side loaded model on stuff you like talking about. So it looks like this girl's a Mel fan. And if you haven't seen this video, I shared it on my thing. Mel Robbins, she did an interview with Tom Bilyeu, who's another cool guy who founded Quest. And that's kind of how it works, right? So in terms of like the point of this video was to just show you guys like a big picture, I guess, here at the end, but you could always start somewhere, right? So if you guys have content writers, or you got Paul Groover, what up in the groove? You guys want to, you get like, not everyone is comfortable in front of the camera. Then just be a writer, right? And I showed you guys on Fiverr that you could get paid just to be a writer, right? And so you have to understand that I also use this like as a business owner, SEO. I also use this other thing, some Thumbtack. If you guys want to like validate, I guess, the money that is out there, the opportunity that you could do, like just search for like writing and editing services, sure, right? Midnight Rider Productions, Creative Resources, Lewis Commercial Writing, and we just like view it. So she's been on Thumbtack for a while. I guess that didn't really share what I was doing. So let me log in. A thing you could do actually is if you guys have to outsource your work, projects. What I actually do is, maybe I'm on the wrong account. You could actually go on and say you're looking for a job, and then people will come to you and say, hey, I'm an SEO writer, here's my rates. And then you could take that as like competitor analysis. That's what I did for my video producers. Like the first gig I got with Anthony, which was $10,000. I was like, how much should I charge Anthony for like marketing? How much should I charge him for like website designs? I literally just went on here and I was like, okay, how much are other people charging? And then and then the next time I got a project, right, like a digital marketer, here's people I did back in 2017, personal trainer, website content writer. Okay, so I guess I can still see their quotes. Like, good, this guy's charging $500. This guy was charging $200, right? And so I knew their rates. And so now I'm like, okay, what's the cut for me, right? I'll charge like 100 on top and then tell this guy to write it, or I could pay my brother that, or I could like XYZ, right? So that's like the kind of thinking that's not so much like SEO stuff, but more so on like the business building side, where I want you guys seeing like, look, not only could you make money on this, like if you did it yourself, but if you're trying to find someone to do it for you, just use Thumbtack. They'll tell you their quotes, and some of them I worked with like $85 an hour. Like, would you guys like to get paid $85 an hour to write anywhere in the world with a laptop? And so yeah, I think I messaged this girl. I had videos with her. This was all a long time ago. It's all stuff I did back when I was like gaining confidence for my business and like what I should start charging. And it's not, I don't want to show you this to be like, oh, I'm trying to undercut everyone, right? Because I think a lot of times what most people do is they try to be like the cheapest out there. I've actually told this with like some of the people I coach and some of my business calls. It's like, guys, I want to make this full screen so you guys see it. Paul Groover again, this is awesome. Thanks for joining live. Where's my chat box? For sure, bro. All right, I made it full screen so I could tell you guys like straight up, look right in the camera. Guys, trust me, there is no advantage to being the second cheapest. People are always trying to race to the bottom and be like, like I was just having a conversation with Brian, and he was talking about the last client I had, and he was like, he said, dude, you need to be charging like $100 for website services or stuff like that. So I say it now from like a matter of fact, but I also understand that sometimes you guys have to go through this like experience yourself. I will say that in my experience, when I was charging low rates, I had a dude who, at the time, like I was already working with Anthony, and I already had sold Anthony like the 10,000 package, and I was working on selling him like the $1,000 package for like website maintenance. And the other guy who was in a space I wasn't really involved with, I wanted to go low. He was in the medical industry, and you guys know my story. I was pre-med biomed, so I still had like a thing for helping like those kind of people. Basically, he couldn't afford like the rates I was going after, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna help this guy out, so I'm gonna go for like $250 a month to do social media management. I remember like when I took him on as a client, he like, it's crazy how, because I had the experience already of what I was doing for like my $1,000 clients, that he literally treated me like he was doing me a favor. And I remember like some of the texts he sent was like, he was like, dude, Alan, you're lucky that I'm employing you. Like, you need to do exactly what I tell you to do, and there's no room for like you to even give feedback to me. And so there's a lot of people that you'll find in like, I think if you guys are trying to build your business and raise prices and get confidence in raising prices, again, go back to that quote I shared with you from Russell Brunson. There's no advantage to racing to the bottom or to be the second cheapest, because the cheapest guy has a competitive advantage. He's the cheapest, but you guys are trying to drive your prices down. Like, why would they go with you when they could just go with the cheapest guy, right? But there's so much advantage to being the most expensive. And I don't say that to just like Supreme or stuff like that, right? Like, do what you're comfortable with, what's right in your heart, but also understand that as you're trying to build a business, like I will share the story of my sister sent me the guy from the Bucket List family. He did it wasn't a TED talk, but it was like a similar talk on like, you know, how to make it. Basically, he sold his company to Snapchat for like $2.5 million or something like that. And at the same time he was doing that, he was making another agency / business himself. He was doing like web design or maybe photography for like weddings or something like that. And he was sharing his story, and he basically said like, he would say like, oh, I'm charging like $500 for a website. And they're like, oh, so you're a student, you're just learning this. And he was like, no, I've been doing this for a while. I'm trying to get more clients. And he's like, oh, I charge $1,000 for a website. And he's like, oh, so like, you know, you're that's pretty high, but you're not the best, right? And then eventually, like in the story, if you listen to it, it's like an hour-long talk. He basically says like, dude, I started charging like $2,000 for websites, $3,000 for websites, and they would be like, you know, that's kind of expensive, but I like working with the best in the town, so I want to work with you, right? So there's these subtle things that your pricing, like the subcommunication of pricing that does, like for your customers, where if you literally start pricing yourself too low, like they'll be like, oh, you must not be good. And that's like a subconscious thing. And so, I mean, my best advice is just to take advantage of that, right? Or I'm not saying take advantage of people, but like take advantage that you could leverage these association biases so that you can, you know, start paying like still like the point is if you work hard and your intentions are pure, then you'll be fine. But I think there's a lot of people who, I guess, they just don't have confidence in what they should be asking for people, that they like, I'm just trying to help you guys out as you guys start your own agency, or as you guys, you know, you want to build your basketball business. Like, money comes with a price, or there's value in a price, right? So if you guys are trying to find like these SEO writers or stuff like that, like at least test it, right? If I was in your position running a basketball agency or a basketball business, like I would try it out, right? Like, sure, like $15, $300, like just write it off. I'm assuming that you guys have LLCs. Just write it off as a business expense, right? You're trying to build your business. And then just start taking notes and paying attention, and also educate yourself on what they're doing, right? I think a lot of people get taken advantage of because people just aren't aware of what this is. So then you get these like ridiculous prices, like $5.95. I mean, that's not ridiculous, but like I'm saying, like if you educate yourself, you can protect yourself from like getting suckered into a bad deal, right? So whether or not you guys work with Blend Logic or not, like I just want to help you guys out to, you know, I guess as they say, like, I don't know, just see another way in life that's possible to make money. I actually did reviews. Yeah, so these are the people I worked with. Right? I worked with, this guy was really cool. He worked with Anthony. This guy did my photography for Anthony as well. And then this guy did, I partnered with them as a JV. I think they actually list Anthony as their client, Amara Collective. Let's see here. They're based out in California. Digital marketing, social strategy. Bam, hit him with that. Look at that. They just chose the best picture and they're like, let me get the picture that shows Dr. Phil in there. Let me get that Dr. Phil picture. But yeah, they're based in LA. They're pretty cool guys. Never actually visited them yet. I should probably hit them up next time I go to California. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna do a recap. Let's do a recap and then let's do a Q&A. So anyone joining live, if not, I think I answered enough. You guys want to be doing how to rank number 1. You want to be using this tool. Where is recap? Boom. So I talked about, and there's 2 models, the done for you and the consulting model. I guess from a high level, right? This content in my own business model. By making this content, I can make people who want to be content writers for Blend Logic watch this video along with articles I write, along with Google Docs I write. You know, I explain to you guys reasons why you want to be documenting everything, right? Is let me show you guys Mark My Roots. Right, so Mark My Roots is one of the clients that we work with, or like we just finished their project. So we made training materials and we made work log documents, right? So one was like, here, Europe shipping and free shipping week. Or here, how to add product variations. This is the last one I did. Right, so my business model is to make content for live streams. And then not only that, I make content for people who will work with me in the future so that they know what we're doing, right? So if someone on my careers page says, hey, I want to be a content writer, then I'm like, okay, well, here's how Blend Logic does it. Instead of having to explain to him, I'm just like, here's let me add you to the Google Drive, which is Blend Logic internal documents. You will get to see training on your specific role. And then you could see the other stuff we've done for our clients, right? So she messaged me and said, hey, I want to add product variations. And you have to understand, like I could take all this content and repurpose it to be a course, to be a video. But I basically explained, okay, you guys want to make variations on your WooCommerce site? Well, here's a picture of it. You change it to variable product. I don't have to explain. I basically listed how to do this right here. How to add New England, Colorado skin. How to have different options for your thing. And in terms of what I'm doing here right now for this particular live stream, well, now on the Trello board, which is right here, best SEO plugins, right? One of the takeaways I will do in the post live stream is write an SEO article on this and also add it to the training documents. Right, so one of them is one that gets me public searching for Google, and one of them is like detailed training that is for my own team. Okay, so when I talk about like streamlining your life, right? Like, I guess I will explain. Like, the reason I got out of corporate is because literally the only thing that was any proof of what I did, like my last 5 years, was like a paragraph on my resume. And I guess if I came into an interview and they saw the way I talk, they'll be like, I believe this guy. I believe what he's saying about his resume, right? But at least what I'm doing here, it's like I can make videos on it and I can be like, look, like you guys question what Blend Logic can do. At least me as the founder could do this stuff. And I've brought on other people to like square away my other issues. But like, look, like SEO is this one's through these 2 things right here is all you need to know for the best WordPress SEO articles or best WordPress SEO plugins. I haven't looked into much. I went through a whole phase where I was weeding out all these plugins I was going to use, but these are the best ones that I have found. And then I kind of explained how to go through it. So let's take a look at like, I guess this is a recap, right? So how to install WordPress in cPanel. I got 96%. I don't know why I didn't choose to get 100. Basically what you want to do, oh, here's something I didn't show yet, is when you do this permalink, it's blendlogic.com/how to install WordPress on cPanel. You actually want to purposely do that so that you get good rankings on your site. And the way to do that is right here in, let me hide my own video. So, I'm leaving a comment so that I could follow up on Twitch about it. Settings, permalink right here. So when you guys go into WordPress, this is the first thing you should do is change the post name, or change the thing to post name. So now Google, right, you could hit what I showed you with the tools. And right here, you see here that, hold up, I wrote this. Like, you'll start like, literally, if you guys find an SEO agency, you'll probably be like, why did they write this article? Like, and just validate for yourself. Just be like, oh, because this article, this search term gets 1,600 searches a month and has no competition. Basically, this competition means, one being it's impossible pretty much to get. And I think, in my opinion, like, there's other people who have other opinions, anything 0.4 and below is doable. And in my opinion also, dude, anything above 1,000 that's less than 0.1 is like immediate. Just like make the article, just write it. Just don't even think. Just 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just go do it. But yeah, so basically all I do is I use Yoast here to add this focus keyword, and I also add the meta description. I make the meta description based on what web text tool, which is a plugin that you guys could get. Let me scroll down a little. So web text tool. Let me hide my restream for a bit. Web text tool is a tool I use for SEO, and so I just put in the search term that I researched. I do exactly what it tells me to do. It tells me to add a number of tags. It tells me to put my keyword in there a couple times. It tells me to add italic tags, right? So if it tells me to do it, I do it. That's as simple as I could get for you guys. So hope that made sense for you guys. Missed training on permalinks. I guess for the team at BlendLogic, whenever you guys watch this, whether you guys are on the team now or you guys join in the future, my name is Alan Nafaretti. I've been running a digital marketing agency. I went full-time in February this year. I've been doing it as a side business while being a consultant for about 3 to 4 years. And before that, I was a program analyst. Just so you guys have like full transparency on like who's, I guess, running the business right now. Jim was a co-founder who's really been instrumental in helping me get the mindset right on like what I want to be doing in life, and then I guess from like a business standpoint. And so, you know, my best advice for you guys, whoever watches this in the future, and I am streaming this live, but I've realized that, you know, sometimes people watching could be on my team, is like, I want you guys understanding that there's like these roles that you guys are in the business, and I hope that you guys take the time to look at the other articles or the other documents, or you guys are on my Slack and just like message me if you guys have a question on like why I do things a certain way. Like, I want you guys to question and bring up in articles like, why did you do it that way? Why are we using Slack? Why are we using Trello? And not to like I encourage you guys to question, always question, like whether or not you stay with BlendLogic or you go somewhere else. Like, never stop questioning, guys. Like, it's kind of meta here. It's kind of weird. I'm talking to future employees or my current employees right now. It's like, I don't know who will watch this, and that's the beauty of making video, is that you can always be watched later or stuff of that nature. But I will say to you, just whether you're on as like, maybe you're watching this because you're on the SEO team, maybe you're on this because you're on the content article team, just reach out to the team, man. Like, we got an intern graphics designer in the UK. I've worked with Amara Collective. I'm sure any of those guys will answer your questions. I will answer your questions. Any of our clients, I think at a point now, you know, they get it, right? They get it that I'm building a business. Like, I'm pretty sure Jordan will reach out to you. If you say you work with Blend Logic and you're just curious as to what life is like being an Instagram influencer, I'm sure he'll give you the time of day, right? Because like the point for me is that like I really wish that someone watching this will learn the necessary skills to do it better than I have, right? Like I mean, I'm not sure if I'm doing it the best way. I'm just saying like this is the best way I know right now how to do it. But I want to encourage anyone watching this to really be like, look, if you think it could be done a better way, to not do it from an angle that like, hey, let me like bring someone down so that my way could be better, but to just be like, you know, the angle that I always take in life is like, dude, you gotta have respect for what people have done, and at the top, and what society likes to do is to say like, hey, someone like their way isn't good. So, but when I'll do it, when I will make the content, it will be better. But I have to bring others down so that my stuff looks better. Like if you're in that and I find out that you work with me or whatever, or even if you're like one of my clients and you start doing that, like I promise you will not be a client or working for me much longer. I encourage you guys to just take the angle, take the high road, be like, look, I could get better. I have mad respect for what he's done or she, and to build her brand, to build her mindset, and to just get better, right? Like nothing is stopping you from self-improvement. Nothing is stopping you from like learning more than just what your hired role is. So that's a little outro I'll do for the stream. I guess it's kind of meta there, but basically it's like think from the infinite perspective, right? Like one day your time on this world will be over, but at least if YouTube's still around and Facebook is still around, you could leave like a message of encouragement for the next people, like the next generation of people who have doubts, who have imposter theory, who think that the system is against them, and just show them another way, right? And show them that it's not like that. Yeah, basically just that, right? That you could learn and make it happen. So thanks for the guys who joined live. Paul, Ben, follow them on Twitch. Myself, I think I got nothing else to add. I've been making other series besides this. If you guys are watching this in the Digital Marketing Ballers group and you stuck around to this video, I've been making other content such as Motivational Blend and Keys to Success. The aim with that stuff is so that you don't just take my word from it. I want to, like, one day I want to be interviewing, like, Tony Robbins and Gary Vaynerchuk. And it sounds bold to say that, but from what people I've met and stuff I see, it's like maybe it's not too bold. Like maybe I could get there too if I just keep working on it. And it also comes from like some of my clients. Like David has been interviewing like the top people, like LA trainers and stuff like that. Like Jeremy Lin. Like I'd like to interview Jeremy Lin. He's here in the Atlanta Hawks. But right now I have this like limiting belief that like maybe he wouldn't want to do it with like 100 subs and like 9 on my personal. But until then, right, I'll just keep grinding until I feel like I'm at a spot where, like, you know, maybe I can start outreaching to some of these celebrities or stuff like that. But yeah, I make other stuff such as you can check it out on my Facebook page or on my other YouTube. It's Motivational Blend. So that is content that I've edited to, I guess, like, make you hyped, make you pumped up, make you inspired for the day. So I hope you guys check out that content as well. And then another thing I do is Keys to Success. So I do also give my take, but I give you like not raw cuts, but like cuts of people's quotes that they've said. So the last one I did was on Kobe. And then I give you my takeaways on it. So that's like the other forms I'm doing. And then I do this Facebook group to Mondays, back to business. Wednesdays is going to be turned into whiteboard Wednesday. It's still going to be talking about sales and marketing. And then Fridays is funnel hacking. And I'm going to be in Denver for that. So I might do that like at night. It might not be at 12 o'clock. I might do that late at night while I'm in Denver. But this has been a NAF. He'll do an interview telling me to play Dota. I'll just send Jeremy Lin the picture of me at TI and be like, yo, bro, I've been doing some interviews. Maybe, yeah. I'll send him an email. I'm gonna ask David, be like, yo, you got Jeremy Lin's email? Well, I actually did a thing on Reddit. I might message him on Reddit too. But that's what I want you guys seeing stuff as like, don't see Reddit or YouTube as like I think a big reframe comes when you guys see it as a tool instead of like a way to consume, but as a way to like network, right? I think I guess I'll show. Let me. One of the guys who inspired me to do a music cover was the UAV dude who I did the last live stream on. So I left him a text, or I left him a message. Let's see here. Nick Warner Media.
What's up, guys?
He said originals are coming. I was like, bro, you're just like YouTube studio level. I mean, like, regardless of what you guys take of this, right? It's like, I believe that he took the time to respond to me, right? And I think this guy's doing cool stuff, right? He has like 8,000 subs. Like, I don't know, like look at his studio setup. I think it looks sick. He's got keyboards in the back. He's like really crushing it. So mad respect to this guy. He made a sick cover you guys should check out called I Like Me Better loop cover. So he was the one that was like, yo, I'm gonna start like trying to make piano stuff too. And then this guy I reached out to, he was on the Tesla thing.
Everyone.
So I think in the live stream I did where it was like how to get a Tesla, I told you guys I was going to start trying to find people to start interviewing. So I'm still trying to do that for you guys. I'm leaving comments. I'm saying like, hey, if you wanted to collab, right? This guy, I don't know if he wants to collab or not. I might respond to this, be like, awesome. I was biomed engineer and now I run a oh, where'd my screen go? And now I run, oh, you guys can't see what I'm writing. And now I run a digital marketing agency. Maybe one day we can, see, I feel like when I write stuff, it's like maybe one day, it's like, it's not direct enough. Just be like, let me know if you are interested in being on a Tesla podcast series. Would love to get your perspective. Best Alan Nafferetti. And then one thing I do here instead of best is continued success. Boom. I wonder what kind of engineer he was. I don't know. We'll see. But he may also see it on my live stream, right? So that's a kind of cool thing. I've been streaming now for about an hour 30. I gotta go do the other stuff planned on my calendar. But like, guys, that's how it works, right? Just you leave stuff on here. That guy had 26,000 views. Like, let me go back to it, right? This guy has 2 million viewers, 26,000. Let me see what happens if I view it just from the video. Right, because you have to understand that I'm trying to get like Tesla owners to come on like a Tesla podcast series, right? So you can see here, right, like my comment isn't there, right? No one has clicked it. Maybe he'll respond to it again. There's so many people leaving comments. So like that's the thing that happens when you have someone who has so much, I guess, what is the word I'm looking for? Like notoriety, so much whatever, right? There's just so many people leaving comments. Right, but if you go to like people who have like low comments or low Tesla Model 3.
So this is my
guys, Andy. This is a lot of comments. This like he's even doing affiliate linking here. What to know before buying? Should be like one day, bro. Whoa. Right, so I would leave this guy a comment as well, right? And so instead of 3,000 comments, it's 300 comments, right? So now there's a chance
my ultimate beginner's guide to
that if someone else watching this who has 100,000 subs, they could see my comment potentially, like if I write a good enough comment. So that's kind of the angles I want you taking. And then you can even see here, right? I use Videolytics to show me like what the tags the people used. So I'll make a video next week on how to do YouTube SEO. That's part of the business building. So like there's a part in your when you upload videos, there's like a strategy behind like the file name. it's actually kind of wild that not a lot of people know about this. I'll show you guys really quick. So let's say this video was one I did. You go to properties and you add tags here. The same tags that you would have been adding on your YouTube, you could actually rank on YouTube SEO by adding the same tags right here in properties before you upload it. But people don't do it. So that's an opportunity for you guys to execute. So I'm going to end the stream here. I'm going to leave a comment for this guy because I told you guys that I would get those YouTube podcast series set up. So I feel like I'm accountable because I said it on a stream. That's something I wish you guys would also take advantage of is, you know, one part of doing stuff like this is that because it's on the internet, like you feel obliged to do it, right? So whether or not you guys use that for your advantage, some people, like, you have to understand, some people see things as a fear, others see it as an advantage. I have rewired my brain to be like, dude, like, be accountable, right? Like, say if I said I was gonna do it, I'm gonna at least like try. So I've been reaching out to these Tesla YouTube channels being like, hey, you want to get on a Tesla CEO podcast? So yep, as Ben said, he was talking about Jeremy Lin. It's possible, and I'll reach out to Jeremy Lin. Best place is DM on IG or post a comment. Yeah, something I see a lot of people doing is like, they'll be like, everyone on my social media following, tag Jeremy Lin so that he sees my posts. Something I don't want to do right now, but that is another strategy to work influencer marketing. So, hey Andy. Oh God, I thought hitting enter was see a thing. So I'm gonna do this thing. I'm gonna mute my mic. You guys see what I'm typing. Then I'm gonna end the stream. Peace.
Children behave. That's what they say when we're together. Watch how you